So today I'm here with Jillian Ward from Rocket Mortgage Local, a really great industry partner of mine. And I just think in this market now than ever, it's so important to have a great team behind you in the home buying and selling process. So I love having Jillian here. We're going to go through some really great points for you. But first, for me as a realtor, there's three things I really focus on with my clients and their process, and that's translation, solutions, and connection. I want to take your wants and needs and translate that into a curated search for you. This process is a negotiation, so having a solution mindset is so important in your realtor partner. And connection, as with Jillian today, I've spent my time building really great connections with industry partners to make this process a breeze for you. And so I know Jillian's been in the business a long time, and she's just a great resource to have.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I've been in the business for about 20 years, and I have a large background in homebuyer education and foreclosure prevention. So education is a huge passion of mine, and I love to be able to give tips and education on how to navigate this crazy market that we're in and how to get into homeownership. So with us both being here today, I think it's really important to kind of talk about why it's so important to have a good lender real estate agent partnership. And a huge thing is contracts nowadays are not quite as easy. I mean, you can speak to that quite a bit. But there's a lot of negotiation that are happening on contracts, and financing actually ties into that. So having good communication between your lender and your real estate agent who are used to working together is absolutely integral to a smooth, successful process of buying a home.
Yes. In today's market, there's a lot of seller concessions. I know a lot of people have heard about these rate buy downs. And really, that can be such a smooth process when you have a good team behind you. It's all about just getting the hard numbers and data from your lender and then putting that into your contract to buy and sell. So there's just so much in the negotiation process in today's market that when it's streamlined and you have two people working in your corner, really communicating well together, it can be a game changer. So we found that there are really three common obstacles in today's market, and I think it's a great time to touch on all of that. Of course, everyone's talking about rates, which then ties into affordability, and all of that kind of goes into what are our expectations individually and as home buyers and sellers. So let's start with rates.
Yeah. So rates today, I know as anyone that's watching the market are a little trending on the high side. You're hearing about rates in the 7s and the 8%. Historically, those are actually average interest rates, but I think it's hitting us a little bit harder after being in the 2s and 3s for a while. But the great thing in kind of tying into the affordability is we've been able to come up with a lot of creative solutions to that to help make things more affordable, such as temporary rate buy downs, permanent rate buy downs. And that's also can be funded by the seller because we're in the market that we're in right now. And it's possible that we can have the seller pay for some of those options.
Absolutely. And we negotiate those right into your contract to buy and sell. So whether you're a seller or a buyer, those are things that we can walk you through within the offer contract. So let's talk about affordability and why is affordability so down? It's a lot of people want to blame it all on rates, and yes, we're not sugarcoating rates are higher than what we've seen. But what else contributes to that? So with affordability, yes, there is a lock-in effect. When 70% of mortgage holders have a rate under 4%, sometimes you don't want to move if you don't have to, right? Because you're going to get the higher rate. So that is the reality. But outside of rates, there's multiple other factors. And what are those? Well, one is the longstanding issue with underbuilding. And that's nationwide, but we've certainly felt it a lot in the Denver area. And to combat that, a lot of builders have been picking up, but mostly multifamily units or paired homes. So if you want that single family home, a great way to jump into that is start with the condo, start with the paired home at something that is in your affordable range and that will get you in the game. And with the appreciation we experience, especially in Denver year over year, which tends to be higher than the national average, that gets you to that single family home much quicker. The reality is that home prices are going up annually.
Yeah.
And that's expected. All the projections I've seen are even through 2027, 2028, it's 2 to 4% annually that home prices are projected to go up. And we know Denver, it appreciates pretty quick around here, even without the historical chaos of trying to economically fix. Previous to that, we still had great appreciation. I think an average like 4 to 5%. So it's really a great market. But yes, negotiation power, certainly, a smooth, easy process where you're not fighting tooth and nail to get your offer in, and deadlines and all the chaos. You can kind of avoid a little bit of that. And then even for the seller, when your home is priced right, when you've done a few updates, even cosmetically, new paint, new floors, oftentimes when it's priced right, your home still sells fairly quickly. And so I don't want to say this is a buyer's market, because it's really half and half right now. It's really split, and there's benefits to both sides. That leads us into our expectations. And I think when I think about expectations as a buyer or seller in today's world, let's start with buyer. I kind of think of the starter home. I think we have this idea that we want to jump right into our dream home, and trust me, I want to too. But to get there, you have to start somewhere. And, I always give the example to my clients. My first home purchase was a townhome in my mid-20s. And that sale of that home then allowed me to get my condo downtown. And then that condo downtown I had for 2 years. And with that appreciation, I sold and then was able to get my larger condo downtown. So there's really been these 3 stepping stones to get my ideal space. And I think that is a reality. It's not jumping straight into our dream home as much as we want to wave a magic wand. It's really just starting somewhere, start the investment, know that this is a great tool to build your wealth and to get you into your dream home situation, likely in a 4 to 6 year period with our appreciation in the Denver area. And I just don't know any other investment tool that can get you that kind of a jump.
Rate of return. I couldn't agree more. And I think that, getting started is the biggest thing. So if you look at the cost of waiting, if you're renting right now, and I look at that as 100% interest, that is money that you will never get back. So if you think about what it takes to get into a home now and what you will be gaining, and looking at it as more of an investment, how huge that is. And it's that building that wealth, and it's a stepping stone. It's so impactful, and you can still do that in this market.